It's time
for wrestling.
Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's episode of Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody who tuned in last couple of weeks where I used a gimmicked voice. There we go. Still a little nasally, but doing a little bit better this week. Hey, for those of you who are watching for the first time, what I do is every Tuesday I ask 5 questions all dealing with each sport of professional wrestling. So if you're having fun watching this, entertain, hit the like button. Also leave a comment. Let me know how you did, or just say hello. Either way, it works for me. And also be a champ and click on that subscribe button. And when you click on that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that notification bell, so you can be notified when my other content comes out. With that out of the way, let's let her rip. Alright, let's hit it here. Question number 1. Who was the first Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion? Was it A, Joey Ryan, B, Frankie Kazarian, or C, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce? Question number 1 again. Who was the first Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion? Was it A, Joey Ryan, B, Frankie Kazarian, or C, Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce? It was B, Frankie Kazarian. All 3 of them would eventually become Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Heavyweight Champion, but Frankie Kazarian was the very first one. Let's go to question number 2. Alright, question number 2. Now we're talking predating the Omni Atlanta. What you want to know is, what building hosted pro wrestling in Atlanta, Georgia? Was it A, the Atlanta Municipal Auditorium, B, Lakewood Stadium, or C, the fabulous Fox Theater? Question number 2 again. What building hosted pro wrestling in Atlanta, Georgia? Was it A, the Atlanta Municipal Auditorium, B, Lakewood Stadium, or C, the Fox Theater? If you caught some of my Wrestling Gold Friday nights, sorry, I had a little brain fart. I get those sometimes. You would know the answer to this, because I've kind of mentioned it a few times. The answer is A, the Atlanta Municipal Auditorium. Yes, hosted Georgia Championship Wrestling. Then when they did a split with Gunkel and the NWA, Gunkel's All South Wrestling would also host wrestling there. So a lot of history in that building there. Now I think it's used by Georgia State University, so not sure what they do there. This another piece of the campus right now. All right, folks, I got y'all a softball question here. No pun intending, because we're talking about football here, which is not really softball, but anyway. Number 3, where did Ron Simmons play college football at? Was it A, University of Miami, B, Florida State, or C, the University of Florida? World's favorite wrestler. Hint, hint. Everybody should get this right anyway, but this is another hint there. Question number 3. Where did, again, Burt Reynolds' favorite wrestler, Ron Simmons, play college football at? Was it A, the University of Miami, B, Florida State, or C, the University of Florida? The answer, of course, is B, Florida State. Yes, Burt Reynolds went there too. That's the reason he always knew he went to Florida State, because Jim Ross used to make little cracks like, hey, this guy's Burt Reynolds' favorite wrestler. Of course, big time lineman. Had his jersey retired from the University or Florida State. I mean, what can you say? I guess fortunate for wrestling fans. He didn't quite make it in the pros, but he made one hell of a pro wrestler. I mean, this is, let's say, at his peak in his prime, but he was the first African American WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Dude had all the tools. It's just, unfortunately, during that time, wrestling was kind of on a, I wouldn't say downward spiral, but it kind of peaked on that roller coaster. Now it's kind of going down from that roller coaster for a little bit, of course, until the mid 90s. All right, let's go to question number 4. All right, here we go. Question number 4 should be another softball answer here, but who knows? What Royal Rumble featured 40 wrestlers instead of 30 wrestlers? Was it the Royal Rumble 2011, Royal Rumble 2012, or Royal Rumble 2010? Alright, question number 4 again. What Royal Rumble featured 40 wrestlers instead of 30? Was it A, the 2011 Royal Rumble, B, the 2012 Royal Rumble, or C, the 2010 Royal Rumble? The answer is A, the 2011 Royal Rumble, which was won by, Alberto Del Rio. I almost had another brain fart. Sorry, folks. And he went on to become the champion after that. Now I guess he's still wrestling in Mexico now, I guess, and his career kind of went south, no pun intended. Anyway, let's go to main event question number 5. All right, here we go. Main event question number 5. Who was the on-screen commissioner for Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Was it wrestling legend Sandy Scott, B, Knoxville wrestling legend Ron Wright, the guy that put Knoxville, Tennessee on the map, or C, WWE Hall of Famer, another Southeastern legend, Bullet Bob Armstrong? Alright, question number 5 again. Who was the on-screen commissioner for Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Was it A, wrestling legend Sandy Scott, B, Knoxville, Tennessee wrestling legend Ron Wright, or C, Southeast wrestling legend Bob Armstrong? Well, the answer is C, Bullet Bob Armstrong. Yes, he was the on-screen commissioner. Kind of trying to keep Jim Cornette in line. Sometimes, when Bob couldn't handle things, he had a buddy named the Bullet who would come into town and handle things. But he was the on-screen commissioner. Sandy Scott was actually the booker for Smoky Mountain Wrestling alongside Jim Cornette. And Ron Wright, he would actually disavow his southern roots and say he's from New York. He was no longer from Knoxville, Tennessee. He managed a Dirty White Boy who did the same thing. So, but he was a character, obviously. in Smoky Mountain Wrestling as the manager of the Dirty White Boy. Uh, anyway, yes, you are watching Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Like I explained before, every Tuesday I ask 5 questions still in pro wrestling, and it's available every Tuesday on this channel. I also do a Raw recap show. Usually try to have this on Tuesdays as well, sometimes on Wednesdays. Of course, this week's Raw is the aftermath of SummerSlam, which definitely a lot of questions need to be answered, particularly with the Judgment Day. I also do a AEW Dynamite recap show. Usually try to have that out on Thursdays. Of course, they're doing more build up for the All In pay per view. Speaking of Thursdays, I do a live stream called Spot Show Live Stream with me, Ronald Ray. That's every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, or 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Friday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. Of course, we'll be doing a small little recap of the Royal Rumble, plus other news in the world of professional wrestling. But hey, if you're not digging this new school wrestling, I got something for you. It is called Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where every Friday night, get on here, we talk about the good old days of pro wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling, uh, back when kayfabe was alive. Like I said, the good old days of wrestling. We didn't know who was coming in, who was going out, who was winning what, and no spoilers for World Championship Wrestling on Saturday mornings or any other promotion you watch those days. Yes, that's the good old days. We'll do our This Day in Wrestling History. For our watch along this week, speaking of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, for our watch along this week, will be doing Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So check that out. This, of course, concludes this week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Appreciate all you folks checking it out. And like I said, be a champ. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell. That way, you'll see all my other shows when they become available. Until next time, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. Hey there. Thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.